Mr. Man.
Holy
Mr.
Oh,
Man. Mr. Man.
let me not curse in
Oh
the
yeah.
first leg. I'm like, no
YouTube
cursing.
episode.
It's a
YouTube episode.
YouTube episode. We're back, baby. What's
We're
up, man?
back, dude. This is the last Cold Cuts Classico. Oh no, I don't think this is Cold Cuts Classico because we're doing we got
Well,
the dual screen set up.
we're like cold cuts on the wire right now. Like we're
Yeah, yeah.
basically like we're still both in the middle of a move. Things are a little bit
I'm on
of
my
a
parents'
frenzy
place
right
right now.
now.
You can see the beautiful
It's a,
giant
actually a very nice. It actually looks like you're in like a
Ritz
start
Carlton.
yeah, like a startup company building, like something like that, like really fancy white walls, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
casual couch
It's
situation.
very hip.
Anyway, how's the move? How's PA been treating you
Dude,
so
it's
far?
been dope, dude. I just got my AC unit thrown into my window, so it's
Let's
like
go.
actually livable over there. Bro,
Let's go.
I found your cousin yesterday.
My cousin.
Apparently they're quite rare. I don't know if that's true, but
Okay.
my man, I went outside. I was smoking a squiggy, and my Mr. Beetle was
Oh,
just chilling,
dude.
dude. I
You
was
sent that
like,
picture in
based.
the Discord and I was like, yo, that thing's crazy. I've never seen
Dude,
a bug like that in real life.
I've seen them because my dad used to bring me them back from Thailand, but they would be like in glass, and
Are
it's
they
like
native or is that like an invasive species? Like
they're
I didn't
native
even
to
know.
here. Giants. That's what I'm
Is
saying.
that a
I had no
stag beetle?
idea. Giant stag. Yeah.
Giant stag beetle. I have in my on my streams, there's one person who goes, their username is Natty the Panda, that they show up to every
Oh, I
stream.
know them. I've seen them.
God bless them, and they always hit us with a daily beetle fact. Like they'll say, like they'll send a highlighted message that says like daily beetle fact, and they list off this like the what's the word, like the Latin name, the scientific name of some bizarre beetle that no one's ever heard of, and like some weird fact about them. And then I look up the picture, and it's always a crazy looking
Crazy
beetle.
beetle.
Yeah,
Dude,
this one is stag beetles are crazy.
people get the stag confused. So the giant stag beetle eats
Mm.
decayed wood, not to be confused with there's the giant phil that watches
Wait,
Ben Shapiro's program.
YouTube
Oh
video,
right, yeah, edited,
YouTube
edited.
video.
I have my editing software. I have my editing software.
That's good, man.
Oh, amazing.
It's funny. We've both been so caught up in like real world things with the move and stuff that I guess the big thing to talk about is, I mean, I'm sure everybody's been talking about it. It's already been beat to dirt, but this Twitter thing that's been going on.
So my
Oh,
dad is trying to hands-free call. Oh,
cameo.
that could be possible. How's it? Do you want me to try equipping these?
What do you have you have a new headphone situation?
Yeah, I think that might have
And they've got a better
some audio
microphone?
capabilities.
Let's do it. Why not? You want to give
Let
it a
me
go?
try. Let me mid ep. Let's just try this.
All right. I'll keep talking
Excellent.
for the viewers at home. Basically, you guys, I know not all you guys are on Twitter, but some of you guys who are on Twitter
Subscribe to
know
YouTube.
that the situation is very dire right now. The website was down for like a full 24 hours 2 days ago as of us recording this podcast. Everybody, including myself, was getting this message: rate limit exceeded. And I think a lot of people moved over to Blue Sky and Instagram because I got a huge spike in followers on Instagram too. And yeah, it's not looking so good for the boys back on Twitter right now. It's situation is looking a bit dire. But it also feels like old news at this point. Like how many different days is some new shenanigans going to be happening over there? Uh-oh. I don't know if we have audio from Yellow Strike right now.
We got audio. So
Oh, we do have
I'm
audio.
troubleshooting with my pops right now, trying to get
Oh
this bad
god.
boy connected.
This is a live look at what's going on in Twitter HQ too. Just like
Dude, literally,
two guys like, what's
discussion.
going on? Why is this server down?
Let's see, JBL, pure bass,
Pure based.
pure bass.
Oh
Um,
boy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. They're not popping up, pops.
You sound the same as you did before we started this.
I can't close Bluetooth. That's how everything's connected to the
Oh, okay.
computer. I
Hmm.
think we're okay, bro. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Because this should work.
I know, but it's not. That's how life
We'll
is.
set it up maybe for the next time if we need it.
I mean, it'll be set. Next time I'm gonna
Next
have
time we'll be
internet.
back on the
I'm gonna have
regular.
It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, we're as you can tell, we're a little extra cold cuts today. It's a little
This is
janky.
this is what we mean by Cold Cuts Classico is like technical difficulties right in the middle of
Plenty.
recording.
What's
And like,
crazy though is I'm not even connected to the Ethernet, and the connection is still 1 million times better than all of our old episodes.
oh dude.
What's up, Bubba?
I think it was trying to connect to my devices.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's okay. The audio quality is fine. I'll be fine for now.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Don't worry about disconnecting all
We'll
your
make it
stuff.
work. The viewers at home, they love when things are
Going
you know,
crazy.
they like it. It's like a little extra. It's like an analog horror movie where you don't really know the
What's going on?
part of the emotional element is not exactly being sure what's going on, what's going to happen next. The feed could cut out at any moment.
Any moment. Dude, I was
Yeah.
telling you earlier when my cousin was over, but I'm like hanging out with my cousins and his girlfriend. And first off, dude, the first night, I'm like, I have crap all over. I need to put away. So I'm like, my cousin will come over. I'll give him some beer. They'll help me put stuff away.
Okay.
They get there and immediately it's like, we need to go down to the river. It's like midnight. And I'm like, oh, all right, dude. So we're like at the river for 4 hours. Of course, they find like an ancient Native American refrigerator cave where they stored meat. And I'm like, no way. And then they're pulling up like all these arrowheads. And I'm like, you got me. I like,
That's so
all right,
sick.
all right.
That is
And,
so sick.
But dude, I was just so beat. But anyway, while we're down there, they're talking to me because my cousin's like, bro, I've been listening to Cold Cuts. And I was like,
Oh,
et tu, Brute? And
okay. What do you have to say about
but
it?
he's like, he mentioned the Jewish people, and I was like, yeah, my cousin's Jewish, and he was like, dude, and he's coming to visit, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, dude, he has to help us. Like all my cousins were like instantly joined in on the convo, were like, he has to help us. Like, and apparently they're telling me there is a Jewish summer camp just terrorizing the locals, bro. Like apparently they're driving around on little golf carts in their yarmulkes and fucking blasting like Hava Nagil. And he's like, you need to we need him to translate what they're singing, as if like they're singing some code that's like kill the infidel. Like,
yeah, I mean there are some popular like Jewish song, like Hebrew songs or
that's something like if it's a popular one, you'd know.
I might be able to tell you like what it's vaguely about, but really the only things that I know are like prayers. Like, but when you're like, you know, about to drink the wine, you say a prayer. When you light the candles, you say a prayer. And then I know a few of the holiday songs. If they're just singing some song that's like summer camp and like blasting it over the speakers, I couldn't tell you. And I don't even know. I don't speak Hebrew. I don't know what.
I know.
Like,
I don't know the concept though that they were going to be able to use you as some sort of Ocean's 11 type Jewish man to break into like
I'm
the
feeling
Jewish
like
camp.
It's a very good opportunity to pull a really funny prank, which is like we're listening and I'm like, guys, we need to get out of here right now. I think that's like,
dude, that'd be good. That'd be good. I like that.
That's hilarious though. That like, are there not that many? I'm actually surprised, even not just that there are Jewish people in Pennsylvania, but that because you live in kind of a remote area, and that there would
Amish
be like
country,
like Hasidic Jews. Are they
Amish
like Orthodox
Jewish
Jews?
Adjacent, in my opinion?
Well,
just based on customs, a little bit.
There are definitely some parallels, even though they've definitely evolved. The cultures have evolved uniquely of each other. There are definitely parallels because they're both very insular, you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of it is like community focused, and a lot of the way that they dress is kind of similar, long beards and funny hats and stuff like that. But
it's
I don't
powerful.
know. In terms of belief systems, I don't think
belief system. No, I'm speaking purely like an aesthetic.
Well, except I will say, actually, a big part of it is that there is in Orthodox Jewish culture, there is limited use of technology because I think on Saturdays, starting Friday evening and then all of Saturday, you're not allowed to use electronics. And in Amish country, you can never use electronics. Although I
couldn't be with an Amish lady, bro. You know, after all those hours on that butter churner, your dong would be like ripped off, just
absolutely
obliterated,
destroyed.
Dude.
But
I totally interrupted.
I do think that I can't speak for Amish culture, but I do think that at least in like Hasidic culture that there are some people that if you're a rabbi or somebody way up there, like in the community, you do have access to. What the hell is that?
What?
It was really loud. Whatever you just did,
Dude,
it literally
there was
just
a tiny
sounded
smudge on my computer, and I was literally just like,
it just sounded like really really loud. Anyway, yeah, I
dude,
don't know. I don't have any friends that are Hasidic or
I have
anything
a
like that.
gripe I have to bring up against someone who is a friend of the pod that I almost don't even want to bring up, but
Oh, what is it? Who is it? Is
just
it Vosh?
another. No, it's not Vosh. It's another instance of House being too damn good of a guy, dude.
What do you do now?
This Twitter user got banned, and this Twitter user goes viral all the time because they're like a. I don't know if they've been outed as a P, but I can tell they're a P. I'm just gonna go out and call them a P.
Okay.
But they're like this really racist weirdo lefty who always like goes on these tirades. You may have seen them before. They're absolute ass,
okay.
just trash. But
I know who you're talking about.
they yeah, this person. Oh, this is a YouTube episode. I can't say what I want to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't say what you want to say, and I would almost be inclined to
That
bleep
part
out
might
their
be
name.
bleeped out. Yeah,
I would
I'll
honestly
leave their
bleep out their
name.
name.
I'll leave their name in maybe, but I don't know. I'm trying to direct all of the Cold Cuts people to go tell them.
Don't
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
This person should,
anyway.
but anyway, yeah, just this person I remember going on a tirade against House because like, oh, he's not allowed to make comics with trans people. Only trans people
they
can do
did
that. They did this whole thing, and they do that all the time, and they're
God.
just a whiny little baby freak, and like they got outed as like they had an argument with a black creator, so they were just like spamming the N-word and shit. Like they're a loser freak who tries to. I hate these types of people, bro. They pretend to be holier than thou lefty, and it's like as soon as they get angry, yeah. So it's like this person is a scumbag garbage. But I saw they got their account deleted, of course, after literally tweeting what we all wanted to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
But it's like to then be shocked your account is missing. It's like, bro, come on, be real, bro. Like.
I know.
Come on, like trust me, we both want to type that to Elon Musk. Trust me.
You know what's really funny is literally I'm halfway through. I don't think I will even show. I think it's going to be a Patreon exclusive because I'm actually too afraid to post it anywhere just because it'll get my account banned probably.
Yeah.
But I actually am drawing a comic right now, which has been an idea that I've had for a little while. But I'm like, let me draw it and I'll post it to the Patreon and maybe I'll post it to Blue Sky because it's a little bit Wild West out there right now and they might. And if my Blue Sky account gets banned, that's like
Blue Sky, more like gay guy.
I only have like 300 followers on there. It's not the end of the world. But I'm drawing the guy that's I'll show you the first panel, but I'm just drawing the guy that's like I just want to grill for God's sakes. You know what I mean? That classic one. And in the second panel, I'll describe it.
Is he grilling someone's head?
He is grilling the severed head of Elon Musk. Yeah, which I think that's a good caricature too. And I think it's a shame because I think a lot of people would like this comic, but I really am I'm a little too pussy to
it's
post.
not worth it.
It's
not worth it, dude. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Patreon exclusive. You guys, I'll post it on there and probably nowhere else. So
anyway, the point of my tale being is that this freak, disgusting garbage freak person, their account got banned, so then they made the new like, I was unfairly banned, please retweet. And I saw House retweeted their like new account, and I'm like, House, I love you, brother, but if you keep turning that cheek, you ain't gonna have enough cheeks to turn, brother. Sometimes you gotta take a little bit of that anger and rage, and you gotta let it out, brother. I
didn't know about that person calling out House of Decline or making like
they do that stuff all the time, bro. They're literally like, I can't even begin to explain to you how like gross.
I
can smell them through Twitter, bro. I can tell you exactly what they look like and what they smell like, and it's foul. It's disgusting.
I'm aware of this account because I also was introduced to them through a negative light. Them
was it the Roald Dahl thing, and they were having an autistic fit?
I don't even think it was that. I couldn't tell you what it was. I can tell you the era that it happened because I was with my girlfriend's family in DC, and it was the day that we saw Avatar. I saw that one in DC. That's where I got that poster.
The Way of the Water?
By the way, people at home, especially fellas, you know what, ladies, it's for everybody, all right? Let me just spin you a really quick tangent tale. This poster, when we went to go see Avatar 2, The Way of the Water, We were walking into the theater, and there was a stack of probably like 20 of these limited edition posters of the Avatar movie. I hadn't even seen the movie yet. I didn't know it was going to be good, but I saw him sitting there. There was just one attendant, like theater attendant, that was standing there, and I was like, "Are these for free?" And they're like, "Yeah, you could just take one." I was like, "Based." Took one off the pile. You already know my girlfriend and her sister, and of course, like maybe her mom and family were like, "What are you doing? What are you gonna do with that? You're gonna hold that for the entire movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You're not gonna want to carry that. Why don't you just leave it there and get it when we're leaving the movie?" I'm like, "No, they're not gonna be there.
They're
when
not
we
gonna
leave
be
the
any
movie."
left.
And they're like,
Yes.
"Sure, it's a theater. They probably have hundreds of them in the back." I'm like, "Can I just, you know what? Eyes on Euro paper. Let me take the poster.
If I want to
I'm gonna
hold
put it in my
something,
lap.
I
It's
will
not
hold
bothering
something.
anybody.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine." Anyway, we go see the movie. I thought it was great. Good movie, visually amazing. Overall, if you like Avatar 1, you're gonna like Avatar 2. We leave the theater. I'm holding my poster. Dude, 3 different people are like, "Where'd you get that poster? Where'd you get that poster?" I'm like, "Oh, there was a stack right there. There's none left." Sorry. There's none left. I knew there was gonna be
Did they
none
all
left.
have
And everybody's
hot
like,
Latina girlfriends next to them that they just go, they glare at because they listen to their
Dude,
girlfriends and didn't pick one up.
And of course, and then my girlfriend's like, "You really? How are you gonna fly home with that? How are you gonna put it in? I'm gonna pack. What
It's
do I
a
look
piece
like?
of
What do I look
paper.
like? A
What?
monkey?
Yes.
You think I can't do anything? I'm gonna pack. I'll put it in. I'll layer it between some clothes. Put it in my suitcase. It'll be fine." We packed it up. Look, here it is, limited edition poster. I don't know. You know what? In 10 years, it could be worth $1 million.
Dude, you need to have that framed and moved into your new place and hung just
It's literally
whatever side Angie sleeps on the bed, it's just on the ceiling as a reminder of like, don't
literally.
test me.
I'm
Don't test me.
I'm just saying, viewers at home, if you're listening to this, if you have a significant other or a friend or something, and you're doing something, you're trying to like collect a little object, or you're trying to do something that you know is going to make you happy, but they're trying to clown you on it, just say, "Eyes on your own paper," all right? Because at
Eyes
the end
on
of the
your own
day, you're
bag.
gonna walk out of the theater and there's gonna be no limited edition posters left, and
That's
you're gonna be
heartwarming.
laughing all
That's
the way home.
heartwarming.
So there you go,
Dude, the concept to me of this podcast slowly turning into you just like being mad at Angie. It's like, you're not gonna believe what this chick did today.
No, it's just like
that's
it's not being
bro.
mad
That's
at her.
base.
It's just reminding her that I'm always right. I'm
Yes,
always right.
yeah,
And
mazel
so,
tov, mazel tov.
Exactly. And so here it is again. But anyway, so the reason we even got on that tangent is because I remember that day. I don't know why. I just remember it being.
Oh,
the same
right,
day.
right.
I remember logging on to Twitter and somehow it's showing up in my feed because I think another artist that I followed had quote tweeted that person negatively. God only knows what they were bitching about this time, but it was the same exact story, like them saying something about another artist or a trend or whining. And I think there were a lot of people that were quote tweeting them or leaving comments that were basically like, blank, I've been following you for a really long time. I think you're a really good artist, but you are so negative. Like, you are such a negative, like, force on my timeline. I need to unfollow you, and you need to get your shit worked out, basically.
This is what's funny is they freaked out because there's this beautiful paragraph in Roald Dahl, and it's about how, like, even if you're...
That's what it was.
I asked you that.
I know.
You chimp.
No, because you said something about Roald Dahl, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. But anyway, sorry to cut you off.
It's a beautiful thing,
that.
and it's you could be not conventionally attractive, but if you're beautiful on the inside, it shines through.
Right.
And just like if you're an ugly person on the inside, that shines through.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And they're bitching and complaining about it. It's like, first of all, I know you're unconventionally ugly because that's the only reason you're complaining about this stuff. But it's like you are so negative and gross that, like, your art style is similar to mine. There's like a low-key, lo-fi vibe to it. I can appreciate that. You're so negative and an ugly person that your art is... I look at her art and I gag. It's disgusting. It looks like it was drawn by a monkey with like 3 IQ points. It's like, I feel pity for this person. Dude,
so mean.
I hope they see this because it's like, you need to see this
That's
you
too
are a
mean.
garbage human, dog, and you're not going to succeed, and you're floundering on Twitter, and it's all over for you, and you'll never be happy. I just want you to know that, and
Well,
I mean it.
look,
I mean it.
what I'll say
Are we going hater mode on a YouTube
this
episode?
is pretty hate. This is
This is
strong hater
crazy. This
mode.
is crazy.
But
Harris does not condone any of my actions. I'm just I'm antsy and I'm riled up just because the move.
it's
That's
not that
it.
I don't condone it. I don't want to be so like endlessly cruel to people that I don't know. But I will say this is
God damn,
exactly
sorry, bro.
what.
Sexy chest over here, bro. That's the lowest it's
Hey,
ever been,
it's
baby.
a
All right,
little.
sorry. Continue. No, leave it. Leave it.
I will say this is a completely in line with everything that I say about art Twitter. This person that we're talking about is like patient zero art Twitter.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Inoperable. But it's 100% true. Doesn't make you a bad person, but you need to see the light. No one can do it for you. If you are an artist and you are on Twitter and all your entire MO is just bitching about the industry, about other artists, about things that you don't see fair, and then and and then that's it. That's your place in the art world. You you don't have a place in the art world.
Like,
You're not in
if
my circle.
you
You're
bring
not
up their
that's
name, I don't even consider, and I'm sure 99% of people feel this way. I don't consider them an artist. To me, there's someone who comes on Twitter, occasionally doodles, but just
yeah.
moans and complains,
Well,
and it's like
look,
you
it's
can't
like
make that a job.
I follow this really talented artist who I will shout out because I
Ball
actually really
buddy,
like this guy. No,
because goddamn, that man can draw, dude. I
he
love
can
that
draw.
guy. We
He's
got to
great
get him
too.
on.
I really do want to get him on the podcast, but there's another guy who's actually also Miami based. I've been meaning to hit him up, but this guy Dimitri Victor, he
He
spells it
sounds
funny, so
familiar.
I don't want to. But he's a painter, like primarily, and he paints just very cool, like very fresh. He's a very fresh painter, and I followed him a while back because one of his paintings was going viral, and I was like, oh, dude, this guy's fresh. And I will say he tweets a lot. Also, he's definitely one of those people that's all kind of just stream of consciousness, like tweeting. But he brought up such a good point that he just tweeted like the other day that was like, uh, he was like there are so many artists that I followed because I like their art that I am so strongly considering unfollowing because they don't even post art. All they do is bitch and moan. Like all they do
Yeah,
is bitch and
yeah,
moan and say stupid and or like tweet their opinion about some shit and it's like where's the art? What I followed you for the art. You know what I
yeah. I
mean? Like
followed you for
it's
the art, not for it. Come
not for
on,
the fart and it's and yeah, I mean
it's just
it's just the
cringe,
way it
dude. It's
is.
just
And I
cringe.
think it's okay. This is what I was gonna say also. I think it's okay, and it should happen that artists use their medium to complain about the state of the world. All right. I understand or things that happen to them that they want to reflect on that are like maybe negative experiences. That's totally healthy. But it also turns into a boy who cried wolf situation where we're talking about there's that other artist that I talk about sometimes who is like constantly whining
Oh
and
my
complaining.
gosh, yeah.
And then there was this other artist that I got into a little tiff with on Twitter that was posting about because AI art, because Marvel made an AI intro that don't become a career artist. It's so Jover, just keep it a hobby. Dude, please
If
hug
your
yourself.
goal was to do a Marvel intro, like that's your main goal as an animator, it's like it's
You
already
don't
Jover for you.
deserve, yeah, you don't
You
deserve a
shouldn't.
job.
You're right though. You
Yeah,
shouldn't join the industry. That is correct, but not
you
for the
should
reason
not,
you think it
right.
is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You should
literally.
absolutely give up. And if you're but the problem is that there are when you're way younger, that person is clearly to me in their 30s without knowing anything about it. You could tell by the way somebody speaks that they're you know what's great about 30 something year olds?
That there's 30 of them.
I'm about to be a 30 something year old. So if you're a cool 30 something year old,
Are you
I
29?
love you. I'm turning 29, but
Oh,
I'm
you're
28.
such a
I'm still
bitch, dude.
28. But
I'm
look,
actually gonna be a 30-year-old.
no hate to 30 something year olds, but if you are a bitter 30 something year old online, I can smell it from a mile away because you love to give life advice when you are in no position to be giving life advice.
I know.
They
Yeah.
love to do it. They love to do it. And if you see that, if you're a young person who's listening, or if you're a 30-something-year-old and you still feel like you're influenced by shit that you see online, you need to swat it away. Like swat it
Unless
away.
they're more successful than you, then you
If
can
they're
take
more
advice.
successful,
Like
then
cold
you
cuts.
can look at what they're doing.
Two
Maybe.
soon-to-be homeowners, incredibly
Yes.
strong men that we
Very
built careers
strong,
out of our
built.
comics.
Harry.
Sexy. Dude,
It's-
that stash grows so fast, dude. It's crazy.
Well, it actually, I had a crazy beard. I literally shaved the rest of it right before we hopped
Did
on here.
you?
But yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? What were we just talking about?
Does Angie like you,
30-something-year-olds?
Harry? Oh yeah, sorry. Don't
Yes.
don't take advice from 30.
Don't take advice from 30-year-olds, but there was something I was getting into before that. But also, but this is my point being is that when I saw this person, or when I see this person that we're talking about now that was being a house hater, or this other person, it's so many. I don't want to name them because I'm not trying to dox them, my hatred towards them, but if you have a big following and you're an artist and all you do is bitch and moan, it means that there are also like 16 and 17 and 18-year-olds that are watching you and following you and are starting out, and you're shaping their mind. You don't realize you have a little bit of a responsibility to not be a whiny, bitchy POS all the time, because the young people that are artists and are just starting out they're going to be influenced by that. You are, without realizing it, a role model.
And you're
to
also
a lot
wrong.
of people.
It's like,
and you're wrong.
Just because
wrong.
you suck doesn't mean everyone
Exactly.
else's career will suck.
If
you know what I mean?
everywhere you walk you smell dog shit, you need to look under your
You gotta
shoe.
stop sleeping with my ex-wife. That's what it is. That's
true.
the saying.
That's
the
true.
saying.
That's the saying. But anyway, House should absolutely not be friends with that person.
I don't
He
even know
should
if
not
it's his
have
friends.
followed
I think he has this
he's trying to
weird.
clear the air with them, or maybe make things
I
right
think
with
because
them.
his old man is Catholic. I don't think House is practicing, but I can see, because I was raised Catholic. I have the same thing in me. There's this sick Catholic guilt of like, I must atone, and I think that's kind of what he's dealing with that absolute chungus of a human. Oh my God!
I mean, I do think it's right to.
The man has. Don't get me wrong. I admire his Buddha-like Zen ability to let everything roll off his back and be forgiving. But
I do.
that's how empires fall, baby. You gotta have a little zest. You gotta have a little tiger ready to go.
Yeah, there's
You know
maybe
what I mean?
there's maybe a there's a right-wing comic artist that I've engaged with on that was highly publicized.
We should
on
have him
Twitter.
on. We should have him on.
That I look at that situation and I think like I certainly wasn't needlessly cruel, but like after it happened, I was just like, all right, we're done. Cut them off. You know what I mean? And I do kind of think like I could have just not engaged at all, because now it's like
I was the one who amped you into it, dude.
There's
I
like
shouldn't have.
negative. There's just like a negative air, and I hate the way.
But you
got to
realize, bro,
sometimes.
and unless I'm incorrect, this could be me, 30-year-old, giving you worthless advice that makes no sense. You do have to have a bit of a willingness to butt heads and to attack people, or you don't grow.
Oh yeah,
It's all part of
I
growth.
think-
Like
I
if
think
you
I've
play it
done
too
that.
safe, yeah, okay.
I think I've.
But I don't
achieved
think
that, at
you were
least.
too mean to them at all.
I
mean,
didn't
think
say
it was-
I didn't say anything crazy. I'm not going.
the whole like of you, him like pumping it up, and then you enter this competition, and him like, dude, just trying to reverse Uno. You're my best friend now is like
that was annoying. I mean, but look, it's like
like,
there are different
what?
types of there's different types of devious behavior in the art community, and it's hard for me to even say which one is more offensive to me, because this other person that tweeted, if you're an artist that's just starting out, basically give up, just keep it a hobby. That's actually more offensive to me than anything that this other guy has drawn, really. I mean, obviously he's drawn some things that are really vile and like go against a lot of like the compassionate sort of social politics that I believe in, but I also like believe that there is time for him to atone, and I also think that, and I talked about this on House of Declines podcast, and I've said this a bit on stream, so not to sound like a broken record here, but I'm a little bit of an apologist for artists that make art that I don't like, because if you are still being creative and you're still inspiring other people to create, I kind of think that is what comes with the art world, is that there needs to be artists that are making unpleasant, erroneous, ugly art. You know what I mean? It should exist, because if it doesn't exist, it's not it adds to the richness of what the art world is. Unfortunately, I'm kind of an art absolutist. So actually,
absolutist.
So actually, this other artist who was like a career artist that was telling people to give up is worse to me, because she might actually be making people give up. Whereas,
I agree. But then again, I'm like, see, you're like a good guy. I'm a bad person, so I think I hate this artist. All the people who look at them and like their stuff, if that's what they like, they're equally ass. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call mid talk. Hello, Mr. Ryan.
Classic. Oh,
yes, I can. Phone call. Are you on the way? All right, you mind if I bring you back? We're actually mid-recording. Okay, wait. Excellent. Sorry, my
base highly professional episode.
The Proto Harris is coming to visit.
Proto.
Or no, he was I guess you were the Proto Ryan. I met him after you.
He was like the clone.
Yeah, he was the clone. The
replacement. He was the Scarlet Spider.
But again, I don't know if we made this. I think we made it clear in the Patreon episode. But everything will be finished moving by Wednesday. So I think season 2 is going to come in strong. But these past 2 episodes have been rigging it together.
We're on such a good wave of people like subscribing to the channel.
Oh yeah, welcome
subscribing
to
the Patreon, which is amazing.
And we lost the triple exec, but he will be in our thoughts.
That's all right. Always. Inshallah, he will be with us forever. But also, I don't want people to think that, like, wait a minute, I just subscribed to these guys and now the quality just dropped off by like 10 this is totally, we're just in a very transitory period for this week. Basically.
Also, if you are a new exec, I just want to because we still have another block after this, but if you're a new exec, I don't have my pad set up yet, so you won't be added to the ending list until next episode.
I will still,
but we will verbally shout you out.
Verbally shout you out.
In the triple exec, you're still going to get playtime in the end of here, so technically you owe us. No, I'm kidding.
There you go. That's right. But I think you were in the middle of making a really interesting point, which was a sort of the opposite side of what I was saying.
If I hate the artist and people like their art and it makes those people stop, I think, win-win.
Well, okay.
It's like if I found a nest of vipers, I would drop a grenade into it and just say, deuces.
You're right.
I'm not. I'm small and I'm evil man. But
the other side of it is that think about how many maybe, let's say, artists or YouTubers or people that you enjoyed listening to or that you enjoyed their work growing up, and they maybe loosely inspired you to start, but now you look back and you're like, that person was terrible, or like, actually that material was really bad, or there's some guys, there are some people like that it's like you could, I think that there maybe are people that are following this like right-wing artist and they're like, I want to start drawing too. And then if they're young and they're just starting out, there's plenty of time for them to see the light. I would rather them actually get started. And now, who knows, maybe one of those people will have a new voice because they'll have a new perspective on the situation. They'll say, I started out like this and I changed my mind, but they need to start making art anyway to even
better, they grow up a little bit and they no longer like this Twitter person I was complaining about, and they say, oh, I can go to their house now and show up with a weapon.
YouTube episode.
Okay.
This one's totally not getting monetized.
It's totally monetized. By the way,
I just want to, oh my God, I would just love to shout out YouTube, because I know we're going to be in a situation
this is so annoying.
I just want to shout out YouTube because I know we're going to be in a situation that someone is manually viewing this episode. So, YouTube employee who is viewing this episode, I just want to thank you guys. Your system of automatically yellow monetization, flagging our videos for inappropriate content, even though there is nothing in there which should get us flagged. The fact that you guys automatically flag it, and then when we request a review, you end up turning it green 3 weeks after the fact when we're not going to make any money on that video anymore. I just want to say what a smooth,
It's so
incredible
scummy, dude.
system you guys have. I can really see that multi-trillion-dollar company, probably at least multi-billion-dollar, you guys are really using your funding to make a usable, creator-friendly platform that makes me want to keep using it. It's phenomenal, and I love how easy it is to get in contact with you guys. I love that turnaround time. It's great. I get to sit with my own thoughts in silence
For 3 weeks. Yeah, it's
while
awesome.
we're waiting for you to hear back.
That's
It's
awesome.
just nothing. It couldn't be smoother.
Especially
Anyway.
like after the past few ones where we've gone through like 50 to even the whole episode painfully just bleeping out everything, and
painstaking,
it's like
re-uploading,
damn,
re-exporting
son.
over and over and
It's
over again.
so
Hours of our lives that we will never get back. Money that we will never receive from our advertisers because YouTube decided, the robot at YouTube, which is pretty much,
If you're watching this, guys, don't become a YouTuber or a podcaster.
dude,
Give up. It's not worth
Sorry,
it,
I know I'm
bro.
literally doing exactly that.
It's not
just,
worth it, bro.
I gotta say, you should
No,
at least
you
know
didn't
what
say
you're
give
getting
up.
into.
You didn't say give up.
Just at least know what you're getting into, man.
Dude,
What's
I'm
going on,
so
bro?
annoyed. I like chipped my tooth here. You see how there's like a line in it?
How did that happen?
I don't know. I think from as a kid, I used to bite my nails, and I think it like I read that
Been
like
there that long? Why are you just now noticing it on podcasts?
I don't know. Just because now the older I get, the more vain I'm becoming. I must become beautiful, more perfect, a perfect Wario replica.
Yes,
Is what I'm trying
very
to
good.
find.
I loved the Wario ending slide that you included on, what was that? Was that last week's episode or 2 weeks ago? The YouTube episode?
Yeah, the one where we forgot to record an ending, and you were like, "Just wing something," and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that."
Okay,
Just tell the
based.
execs to f themselves the
Very
entire
based.
time.
Yeah, I love that.
Dude, are we
What?
going? We're about to go into block 2. Should we cranking up the hater mode, or should we change topics?
Do you have
baby?
somebody else to hate on? I mean, we've kind of
Dude,
been
I
hating, like,
always have people I can hate on. I mean, we could talk about this Adam 22 thing. I have a pretty cynical take on it.
you got to tell me what's
Um,
that even about? Because honestly, you're also the one that's filling me in on all this, and also for
You didn't
viewers
see
at
the
home that
Adam
haven't
22
heard.
thing?
I don't even know who that is.
My hit tweet where I replied to him?
I don't know what. I didn't see that. I love
Dude,
those images though.
he's this guy who's like, he does like a podcast where he's like Mr. Tough Guy, and he like interviews all these rap people.
Okay.
But he just got married, and like it was either the day before his wedding or the day after. His wife recorded an OnlyFans sex tape with like this 9 foot tall ripped black guy, and
What?
he's like, yeah, people were just clowning on him, rightfully so, because like he's one of
Okay.
those like, yeah,
Like
the
top
left,
G
the
type.
left is weenie, and then it's like
Okay.
he's watching his wife get railed, and it's like
Isn't that that's always the way? Why
it's
does it always
always
go
it,
that
dude.
way?
I guarantee it's so like, and the right wing's always like, oh yeah, I hate gays, so I'm gay, and it's like, statistically, yes.
Yeah,
Statistically,
honestly,
yes.
I'd say yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but so then everyone was just railing him, and he's just like denying that it makes him a cuck, and like then finally he was like, yeah, I watched the video and I thought it was hot. Like if that makes me a cuck, so be it. And it's like that's like saying like if I smell and taste like cheese, I'm cheese, so be it. It's like you defined cuck and then said if that is what a cuck is, I guess I am. And it's like what?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
What?
in the last minute, my take is that the wedding, I mean, the whole marriage, it's a business marriage. They don't care about each other.
Do you think that guy
You
was
know what I
invited
mean?
to the wedding? The guy in the OnlyFans video?
I mean, right? He went to the honeymoon. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a cynical. He's not because, dude, they sleep with other people, and it's like it's just not a real marriage. It's done so now people calling him a cuck are giving him engagement, and it might bring more sales to his chicks OnlyFans.
Do you think that when we have clout, we're just going to be complete freaks like all these other people that are at the top of their game?
I don't think so. That's why you and me deserve it the most. We're like human. These other
Yeah.
people are literal like demons
They're
and like
actual-
cyber apparitions. It's disgusting, dude.
They're bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
It's weird. And it's like the best advice I can give someone, and this may sound mean, but it's like be normal for 5 seconds. Just be
Uh-huh.
normal. Just be normal. Be normal. Ooh, ooh.
Travis,
Dude, I've
Travis,
been listening to On the Road again, and I just can't stop
on the road again.
sucking toes again.
That's good.
I just can't wait to suck some
Some
toes
toes
again.
again. That's good. That's really good.
The life I love is having gay sex with men. Oh, my
Oh.
mom! I just heard my mom say that's gross from downstairs.
Actually, if we're gonna continue going hater mode, this is not hater mode, but I
Oh, we
did
got
think
hater mode. You're not hating on my
before.
mother.
No, no, of
Oh,
course
okay,
not. I would
excellent,
never.
excellent.
Actually, not hater mode at all. I, for once in my life, would like to issue not
An
an
apology?
apology, not an apology, but like you know what? You're right, because somebody did bring up a good point. They disagreed with something that I said on our previous YouTube video.
Oh, was this when you said Popeyes is only in ghetto blank, as you called it, areas?
That's not no, that is not the one that they were upset about. I actually
Okay.
think it was on our world famous Travis
Great
uh
episode. Great
episode,
episode.
which way outperformed what I was expecting.
And I posted on accident like 1 a.m. for
3
some
a.m.
reason, dude.
Let me see if I can find the exact thing because I don't want to misquote them because they disagreed with what I was saying. Uh, let's see. They said some political hot takes towards the end. I don't even know what we're talking about here. Uh, somebody said they said, "What the f is this UI over the podcast? I'm coming back after being away from the boys for a while." That's hilarious. Pog episode. Where is what the thing that they said? Okay, maybe it was on a different episode. So
Sometimes you have to click, you have to turn off show comments I haven't responded to.
well, I'm
And,
looking at. I'm actually looking at
oh, the YouTube
the
itself.
YouTube
Okay.
comments, but all right, I'll paraphrase. I'll paraphrase.
Paraphrase. I'll have a
I'll
paraphrase.
paraphrase. I will paraphrase because I don't know what it. Okay, anyway, I can't find it. But they said something to the effect of I said on an episode previously that I was like, like basically something to the effect of like I hope you guys aren't paying attention to all of the negative discourse that happens on Twitter because all of that is like basically it doesn't reflect the real world, and actually you'll find when you walk around in real life that people are generally nice, but if you were just on Twitter you would think that everybody is like basically a neo-Nazi and whatever, transphobic and hates Jews and all this, like, or
Yeah.
like insane, like absolutely insane person posting. And they basically sent a reply. I can't find the comment, but I'm paraphrasing, but they basically said that's not true, and actually that's a dangerous way of looking at it because a lot of this is how fringe extremist groups start in the modern age is the internet. And so if there is an influx of people posting really hateful things online, you should see it, you should know about it because it is really there. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think
Something
the
like that.
implication wasn't. I don't think you were talking about like extremists, right?
No. Well, I guess to clarify, I guess, but not. I'm not saying that I was right because I actually just think that I phrased my actual point the wrong way,
Right.
which is that what I was really getting at was that I don't want people's mental health to be taking a toll because of all of the negative things that they see online.
Right. Yeah.
Because in reality, even though yes, what this person is saying is true, these people do exist, and I guess you should know that they exist. What I worry about is people that are really getting swept up in this like negative dialogue because they feel
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
everywhere or that it's more prominent than it really is. And me being like, phone bad, you should get off Twitter for a little while is more me just saying for your own mental health, you should not be swept up. But
Yeah.
this user that commented that, this Cold Cuts listener, if you're listening to this one, you're right. You're actually, I'm sorry. You were right. You're correct to say that. But I guess that I think it's because I just didn't verbalize my point correctly.
Yeah.
You're
I get
so
what you're
far
saying. I
away.
look so tiny, don't I? I look like a little man.
What's your take on this from all the way back there?
Um, I get what you're saying. I mean, I think I just think it just comes down to what you just said. I think you didn't phrase what you meant properly.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Dude, yeah, of course it's good to know, but dude, I would counter argue against you and this person and say I think the majority of people are like normal, well adjusted. I think a lot of the freaks you see online, right and left,
Hmm.
well, it is nice to know they exist. It gives you an idea that they're bigger than they are
Mm.
when they're not. Like, dude, my cousins and everyone I hang out with here are like the most hardcore Republican. Like, yet if they saw like a pronoun person getting attacked in the street, they'd be like the first one there with a gun, like shooting
To
the
shoot the
pronoun person.
pronoun
Yeah, no, no,
person?
no, no, no. Like to protect them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
of course. Yeah, yeah.
and I think most people don't realize that. And I think even Vosh falls victim to it sometimes of painting all the right or like the politicians like that they want you to die and that the left is like a less than, and it's like, no, I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised how most normal people can get along, even if they hold what is considered maybe a far right or far left idea. It's like most of those people's far right or far left ideals break down as soon as they meet
Yeah.
someone. You know what I
I think
mean?
I
Like
think what I think what Vosh says, at least I think he said it on our also another Cold Cuts greatest hit, baby, on the Vosh episode that we just did with him, the Vosh the
Blood
Hedgehog
Money,
one.
Ovash,
Not
the cancel
we
hedgehog.
do so many, it's hard to keep track, but the one that he's yeah, the one where let Arizona or whatever that what does that mean again? What does that translate to?
The canceled hog.
Oh, that's funny.
Although
But
I guess I
anyway,
didn't conjugate it correctly. A native French
somebody
speaker
pointed out
told
that it
us,
wasn't
yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, what can you do? But the uh I think Vosh said something to that effect on our most recent episode, but he was clarifying that he wasn't saying that Republicans
He
are
meant the
demons.
top
He was
brass,
saying
yeah.
Republican politicians are demons, which is true. I mean, and I think that a lot. I think their left wing politicians are demons too. I think politicians
Oh,
are
AOC,
demons.
those breasts were
Succubus.
made to feed
I
demons.
was
She is a demon
literally
mother.
I was messaging about her in the Discord last like late at night. Did you see all that?
No,
We
why?
the Discord was just popping off like late at night at like
I don't have
11:30
good service at my
or
spot.
it was going crazy. We were like there it was literally one of those things where every time somebody wrote something, in Discord it says like several people are typing at once. It was like I was like, what is everybody doing right now on the Discord? But I revealed that I believe on the first Rusty Cage episode, also another world famous Cold Cuts Classico, when we were recording with Rusty, as some of you longtime viewers know, that episode went a little topsy turvy because we all had a bit too much to drink. Especially our special guest had a bit too much to drink
Oh,
at the
he
time.
was quite special that episode. I'll tell you that much.
And we've what has been publicized to at least the Patreon is that we had to eliminate like the last probably 30 to 40 minutes of that
A good
episode
chunk, dude.
because
Yeah.
it was mostly unusable garbage. And what I was saying, what I was revealing to the group is that actually I think one of the less offensive but also completely uninteresting moments of that was eliminated from that episode was the three of us in pure silence watching the entire AOC dancing in college video.
Dude, I forgot
without
about that.
a hint of commentary.
No. Afterwards, I remember we were all like, "She's so pretty, dude. Yo,
Yeah,
I wish
we
she
were
was
all
my
like, "She's so
girlfriend."
bad."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like that was so
Dude, that
funny,
video
but
is like, I
hilarious.
literally, I watched that video of her dancing in that BU outfit, and my brain intrinsically just goes back to
Neuron activation.
literally. I go back to like I just become an ancient
It's a cute
primal
video.
being.
But I sent that video. I was like, this was the video that we were watching in the chat, and everybody was literally just like
Everyone typing.
like it was several people typing at once. Oh god, it's just mad funny. But
Dude, someone like made an edit with like country roads, and it just went so viral.
there
in,
was
like,
one,
2016, I remember.
the only one that I could actually find, or the first one that popped up, because I kept finding versions that were like the BBC News version that was like only clips of it or not the whole
Yeah,
thing, and I was like,
yeah.
where is the original video? It's like I found the first one that I found was the full video was her dancing to this Gwar song, which is just like really hardcore, like a metal, I don't know, something punk song, and it's very funny. But That video is great. It's an absolute classic. And what's great about it is that like she's not a good dancer, but she's
I
really
know.
putting her all into it,
She
and that's
moves
what's
well,
so
I'll tell you that much.
really shaking it. Yeah, it's so funny
She's
though.
shaking something,
Oh
brother.
my God. We need to have a repeat of that with Rusty. Just go back and actually watch
Get
it.
drunk and just be extremely just sexist. We weren't even
That's
sexist.
like
It was very respectful, but just the
no,
concept of
it was
three men
respectful.
not even in the same room watching clips of women is so funny, dude. Like, it's literally like if you just take boomers and just bring them into the modern era of
It's so
like,
hilarious. It's
you
just
guys
like
gonna watch some porn.
that's
Like,
that like that's what we're always talking about though, where it's that class, or at least what we were talking about recently, where it's like you know you think when you start a podcast with your boys, you're like, this is gonna be easy. We're just gonna get drunk and talk and it's gonna be hilarious. And then fast forward and that's actually what it turns into is the three of you sitting silently, way too drunk, watching some YouTube video of a chick, zero commentary. Oh
so
God,
good,
so
dude.
good. So
There, I
classic.
swear there was commentary at the end, but
There will, of
it was
course, we
all
were talking
tasteful.
still, but it was just funny.
I
Like
should have left that, bro. That is so funny.
it's funny to talk
So
about it in
funny.
retrospect, but it wasn't interesting. It's not that it was like it wasn't like whoa, we said something bad, we need to get rid of this. It was just that there were it was completely uninteresting
Silence
material.
for like a bit, yeah.
It's just nothing. There is absolutely
Oh
not worth
god.
uploading.
Well, dude, if we had
God.
uploaded it with the visuals of her dancing, I mean, it would have been our biggest
That would have been
video.
pretty
It would have been our
based.
biggest
Maybe
video.
that I'm sure that raw footage still exists.
Yo,
Maybe it'll
cold
be
cuts.
a Patreon
Edit it. I
exclusive.
want her to have giant silver dollar nips poking through, and I need the
YouTube episode.
Cold
YouTube
Cuts
episode.
soundtrack. Oh yeah.
YouTube episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, we need AOC on the pod.
Dude, I
AOC on
would
the
love
pod
AOC. I think I DM'd her on Twitter one time when she opened her DMs.
Well, she's
Dude, my
on
cousin,
Blue
I'm dying,
Sky.
bro.
Huh?
He has like a personal vendetta against Tim Heidecker.
Okay.
I don't know why. But he's like,
Because of the Sam Hyde beef? That's the only thing I could think of. What
but
did he
dude,
do otherwise?
he doesn't even know who Sam Hyde is.
What's
He
how did it
just thinks
start? He
Tim
just hates
Heidecker's a
him?
lefty cuck on his own. And dude,
Okay.
it's so funny because he's like, yeah, I DM him all the time, and I'm like, what do you mean? And he pulls up his phone. This dude has like 100 messages he sends every day. That's just like shrimp, shrimpy, yo, shrimpy bimpy, yo, what's up, shrimpy? And I'm
Wait, he sends
What?
to Tim Heidecker?
every day, dude. He DMs him every day and then comments on his like photos all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I always make fun of him and his kid," and I was like, "What?
What?
What do you mean?" But there's like a in the Tim and Eric movie. Which, first of all, Tim, you need to respond to my cousin's DMs. When I tell you right now, no one watched that movie. My cousin and his friends have watched the Tim and Eric movie a bajillion times, dude. They're your biggest fans, but there's a part in that movie where there's something called shrim, and like everyone thinks it's like an ancient meditation ritual, but they find out it's like you sit in a tub and then these boys that they've been feeding the most tender meats to come in and then poop in the tub while you're in it,
Ew.
and it's called shrim. Yeah, so Jake is just like, yeah, my cousin just is always just DMing him shrim, shrim, and then like he'll post a picture with his kid and he's like, who's this, your shrim boy? or whatever, and I'm just like, dude, leave Tim out
No,
alone,
that's
dude.
top tier trolling though.
It's
That's
so
like,
good,
dude,
bro.
I get I this is it's not nearly as malicious, but I get DMs from time to time from this account that literally has like zero followers on Instagram, but I have like responded to them. They their username is Pickle Yay, and it's like it's literally
Oh, it's
just
the Rick and Morty
it's
pickle.
Rick and
Yeah,
Morty,
I've
but
seen
with
that guy.
Kanye West's like face on him, and he messaged me like months ago and was just like, I'm Pickle Yay," and I think I messaged back and I was like, nice, nice, and then like a month will pass and I don't hear from him, and then he'll message me something just like, "It's coming," or something, and I'm like, okay. And then he just I just got a notification that I think he messaged again that it's like like I don't know, like something like I'm in your walls or something like that. And then I saw that on Instagram he changed the theme of our DMs. It's like Pickle Yay changed the theme to non-binary. And I'm like, What is this? Like, what am I getting? What is going on here? But anyway, the Pickle Yay
Pickle
saga
Yay.
continues. Yeah,
Dude,
Pickle
we
Yay is
need
watching me.
what happened to that guy who used to email us the farting cat chick, bro? We need to find
Broken
him.
computer. Not
Where
sure
is he,
where
dude?
he's at. I don't know what happened.
Bro,
But
if you're watching this, send us an email just to let us know you're good,
please
bro.
let us know you're okay.
Send
We
us an
miss
anime
you. I know.
farting cat,
I
bro.
actually was re-listening to or rewatching one of our really old ones that were still broken computer related, like something that like he sent us. We just got to get back onto the. You know what? The email is open again. We have not responded to
Dude,
viewer
don't do
emails in
this.
so
Don't do
long.
this.
Why don't we do it? We don't get that many
Dude,
emails.
every time we
just
open
forget.
the email, we forget.
Send
we
us an
got,
email.
yeah,
Beetle
let's
Dog
shoot an
Cold
email.
Cuts. Beetle Dog
Beetle
Cold
Dog
Cuts
Cold
at
Cuts.
gmail.com.
I always
It's
love
it's not a
Vinny
good
used to
email.
send us nice emails.
I know he messages me some from time
Dude, I
to
was
time,
so
too.
proud of that handle that I got, and yeah, I showed it to you, and you were like, "Beetle Dog, it's so long."
Well, it was so funny. I'm pretty sure Daphne said like right afterwards, she was like, "Why didn't you just do Cold Cuts Pod or something like that?" And you're
Yeah,
like,
that would have been. That
"You're
would
like,
have made
what do you
sense.
mean?" It's just like
That would have
Beetle
made more
Dog Cold
sense.
Cuts. Whatever. It's iconic at this point.
Ah, jeez, dude, I am like so ravenous right now.
Me too. I'm
I could
starving.
eat like a baby monkey. No, I could not eat sopa de macaca. Never
That's
mind.
also, I think Vinny was the one that sent us
Dude, he
that.
almost made me sick. I always feel
I know
sick when I
there's
look at that. I
it's a
always feel
disgusting
sick, bro.
image.
Oh, damn.
Uh,
We got to record our new Spotify ad. I completely forgot.
I thought we didn't
We do it
it.
monthly. Yeah, we do it monthly.
Son of a bitch.
Dude, I might maybe we'll just contract Trash Bins
to do one in
to do a Trumpy.
oh, that's actually a good idea.
Do a little Trumpy
I completely
one.
forgot. I thought we had done that already, but you're right.
To chinchill again. I don't know what I'm saying.
Again.
Bro, I got my Super Nintendo. So the
Ooh.
guy left me a bunch of fresh shit at my new place, right? But the coolest part
Nice.
about the house is I just have a big ass TV at the foot of my bed, just mounted on the wall. There's one in the living room, but there's one at my bed. And it's like an older TV, so I'm like, what am I gonna hook up to it? I found my Super Nintendo.
Let's go.
Bro,
Base.
we've been going Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World. We've been going crazy, dude. It's been so fresh.
Do you have the games like loaded on there, or did you have a box? I can't remember from when you had the Super Nintendo. Did you just have a box of? Because it's like an OG Super Nintendo.
You're asking if I have one of those cheap 700 game in one things?
Yeah, yeah.
No. I do things the real way,
The
bucko.
legit one, yeah, dude. Oh my god, I would love to do another gaming episode, dude. I don't want to spoil.
We got to
it,
finish that Amnesia. Oh, you're talking about
we got to finish Amnesia, which
something that rhymes with blind braft.
Yeah, I definitely am ready to set that up with a certain third podcast member.
Something that rhymes with
gosh,
Rick
Rosh
Mentes. Oh yeah,
what?
Rick Mentes. You don't know Rick Mentes?
Who the hell is that?
Nick Fuentes.
Oh.
That wasn't that hard, was it? Come on.
I was like,
Rick Mentes. Dude, he should change his name. If his name was Rick Mentes, he could say whatever the hell he wanted to. I would support him. That's a power name.
Was he like just he was back on Twitter for like 2 days. Did he get banned immediately or something?
I'm sure he told a Jewish person to KYS or something.
Probably. That's classic. What? Yeah, I know we were. Sorry, a little pencil. I had something on my nail.
A pencil? You're better than that, brother. Let me show you the tip right here. This is a little Cold Cuts exclusive. Don't use a pencil or pen. I've done that before. You're going to get crap under your fingernail, and then it looks like there's worse stuff.
Still dirty?
Paper, bro. Paper.
Paper.
You just fold the tip in two like this.
There you go.
Nail cleaner.
Perfect little nail. Very nice.
Bro, look at all the white coming in on my nails. I've never had it like that.
Wow, look at that, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
You got a good calcium intake or something.
Is that what it is? I think it's just because I haven't been chewing them in fear.
That's good too. That's good too.
Like a little
I've been told to have
man.
very long nail beds.
Damn, bro, I would not let you anywhere near my puss if I was a chick.
I mean, my nails are not actually
cutties.
that long. I just have like really, they go.
Bro, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to bite your nails so much that the whites don't even go over the tip of your finger. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Bro, I've just been. By the way, this is it.
Don't tell me what to do. No, I'm kidding.
I've been.
Sorry, I might have said don't bite my nails.
These are the perks of having your filming at your parents' house. So they can chime in. I've been on a kick for some reason of watching true crime documentary fucking limited series on Netflix, which is never a good rabbit hole to go down. But I know I was talking about that Lori Vallow one in the last one, and then I just watched the Murdaugh murders, which I think were trending maybe like
Is that the Axe one?
no, not an Axe one. It's
So you're gonna
actually
tell me you've been watching Murdoch, the alt-right cartoon animation?
no, I don't know that one. By the way, I gotta remind me. I gotta tell you, I have a very funny idea for an animation that I would really like for us to put together.
Top secret from the YouTube people. We got to keep it top secret.
No, it's just that it's not fleshed out. I need more. I need to flesh it out. But I'll discuss it with you, and we can come up with something funny with it.
Let's see what you're saying.
Basically, okay, maybe I'm overplaying it by saying it's really funny, but okay, a guy goes. Okay, the Grim Reaper shows up to take the soul of a guy, but when he shows up at the house, the guy is wearing a shirt that's one of those edgy. It like has the Grim Reaper on it, holding a gun, and it says like "Born to shit, forced to wipe." And the Grim Reaper's like, "Where did you get that shirt?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, "That's my like likeness. Like, where did you get that?" And he's like, "Oh, I bought it off this." Or I was thinking he's like, "Oh, I bought it off Amazon or something like that." And then the Grim Reaper gets in a car to go to visit Jeff Bezos and complain about that his image is on his shirt.
Like that.
I don't know where it goes from there, but
There's something there.
I had the idea while I was in the shower yesterday, and I was like, maybe that's funny. Maybe it's not
So
funny.
the twist would have to be like Jeff Bezos has him killed or something.
Oh, that's good, actually.
He's more powerful than the Reaper. I don't know.
But anyway, no, the Murdaugh murders were this one. The other annoying thing about these Netflix specials is that they make true crime specials about things that have happened like a year ago. So there's actually no closure to the case. You don't know, like all the trials are pending or underway, and you don't know what's happening.
Right, which is
kind of
I think
annoying.
it became the norm after Making a Murderer, right? People started people like
but
things that have been solved, but like if it's not solved, it's like
ooh, yeah. But I do also think that even the Making a Murderer one had happened a few years prior. This one was like very fresh, but
you know what I'd rather watch?
What's
Making a pot pie, dude. It is so hard to make a good pot pie. Have you ever tried that?
I've never made a pot pie. Never.
Here's the issue with pot pie.
It's a lot of there's a lot of moving pieces.
Well, that's the thing. It's almost a mix of a souffle and a pie, which are two very hard things to pull off because you have to get the perfect crust, bro. Do you like pot pie?
Yeah, I do.
Is there a Jewish version? Do you guys have like some sort of pasty filled?
The big Jewish pastry that would be like even similar is a
savory pasty.
A kugel, yeah. And there's
kugel. I've had that. What is that? Like potato?
There's different kinds. There's potato kugel and there's noodle kugel. Kugel is extremely fire.
Because Daphne did this really weird thing and it was not that good. She wanted to do like a hip Thanksgiving or so like one of the dishes was Jewish, but I had to go. I didn't know there was a Jewish section in LA. And they have like a strictly Jewish store, but everyone there is dressed like Orthodox.
Yeah, yeah.
And I came in and bought, and they thought I was one of them, bro. They were asking me for my like Jewish card or something because you get like a discount.
Did anybody ask you if you are Jewish? Because they were probably trying to get you to do a prayer or something. Sometimes they do that.
Were they, dude?
That does happen, yeah.
Some people gave me some weird looks, but the other people would like speak to me in Hebrew, and I was just like, I don't know, Chief. I don't know.
In New York, any Jewish listeners who are based out of a big city who could probably actually attest to this, but if you're definitely in New York, it would happen with relative frequently, and in Boston too, actually, that I would see like an Orthodox Jewish guy, usually it would be a young guy that would stop you on the street. Or like if you were walking past and be like, "Excuse me, are you Jewish?" And if you say yes, you'd be like, "Can we really quick say a prayer together? Like I'll say this prayer with you." And they usually will like, or try to wrap something around you or get you to say a prayer because it's considered a mitzvah or a good deed if they can get a Jewish person who wasn't going to say a prayer, if they can get one of them to say a prayer that day, cool. That it's like a good deed. But it is always inconvenient because if I'm on the street walking, I'm not just walking in New York to be like, la-di-da. I'm never going on a stroll. I'm either on my way to work or I've waited too long to eat that I'm like ravenous. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like so whenever somebody stops me and they're like, "Are you Jewish?" I'm just like sometimes I feel bad. I would just be like, "No," but it's like
It's like
obviously I am, but
you're
it's
on
like
that side of the street, and the Orthodox guy's asking if you're Jewish. And then on the other side of the street, Seth Rogen's just like, "Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?"
literally just a constant
Dude,
barrage.
I don't know why that made me think of this chick is probably the one who gave me my tall girl fetish, but Demi Wolford. Whew, look her up, boys. She's a I
Famous
think she's
person?
like a no, she's from a well affluent family, but she wanted to be an actress, but I think she's a dentist now. She gave up. I'm so mad at her though. She got her schnoz shaved down, which sucks, dude, because she used to have the biggest honker. It was so dope.
Okay.
But anyway, we were in New York hanging out one time, and I remember an Orthodox family came up to us, and they're like, "Have you found our? We're looking for our kid."
Mm.
And I was like, "He'll probably turn up." And I don't know if it was a string of murders, but this guy had like stolen a Jewish kid or two of them, and like
What?
chopped them up and was keeping them in his freezer. And it was like a really big thing. I don't know if you remember this. It was
I've never heard that.
had to be 6 or 7 years ago now, but it was like horrific, dude. But I remember because I didn't, you always see those like wanted posters, but you think like either they'll find him or no, nothing will come of it. And
Uh-huh.
I just remember like the next day seeing like it on the news, and it was the same wanted poster, and it was like, yeah, this sicko like cut the kids up and stuff. It was messed up, but I don't know why. I don't know why I thought of
I
that.
almost there was actually a piece of me while you were telling that story that I thought you were actually setting yourself up for like a really long joke with a really dumb punchline. Like I thought you were gonna say like, yeah, and they called him like here's or they were calling him like something like
And
that or
that's
like
what the chopped sandwich
yeah,
is.
I
Yeah,
literally thought it was gonna be something like that. Oh
no,
god.
I didn't even
I
use
was
my I
trying to
didn't
think
even
of
use my
something.
joke voice. I didn't use my joke.
No, I know, but that's why I thought it was actually going to be like a really good setup because you were telling it like it was like a Netflix true crime story, and then it was going to be like, I guess you shouldn't, blank a blank or like I thought it was gonna like I
And
thought it was
that's
gonna
why you never blank a
be yeah,
blank.
yeah, something like that.
Amazing.
If you viewers at home, if you've listened this far and you listen to that bit, I would love to hear what your punchline would have been to that joke.
Yeah,
And we
write
should.
in. It's like Reader's Digest. We'll give the
I
best
was
person
literally trying
a
to think of
sticker or
something and it
something.
didn't come to me in time. Yeah, the our we will highlight our favorite comment.
Took you a while to
Eh,
get that out.
sorry, I'm really hungry right now.
Dude,
Honestly, talking about
I'm
kugel, I'm
looking at you and
starving.
I'm just thinking matzah. I want to drink you up
Matzah.
like soup, bro.
Well,
I'm
dude, you know
dying.
what's funny is actually if we have time because we're gonna be cutting it close, but there is a place that runs a lunch special near me. If you come to visit, all right, South Florida folks, all right. It's called Gianni's. It is
Mm.
the best Italian food in
Oh, not Jewish.
in this area. No, it's
Oh,
Italian. They run a lunch special that I think goes until 2:30. Right now, kind of pretty close.
that's a dentist's favorite time.
2:30. Anyway, they run a lunch special that is so fun.
We gotta make fun of AJ.
What do you do?
Gay J, Gay J.
What
I
did he
left I
do?
left him a good bye note. He said it made him cry.
It made him cry.
Gay Reddit
Dang.
alert.
I
Reddit
love that guy
alert.
so
I
much,
love
man.
it, dude.
I'm
AJ's
really
man. I
sad
love
that
AJ.
I still have not met him. I know that I
I
will
almost
actually meet
cried
him
leaving, bro.
IRL,
Yeah,
but
I miss AJ.
that's a
AJ's
good man. That is a good man. We'll get him back on the podcast anyway. The last episode, he was in a different room anyway. You know what I mean? Still had him
Oh
on.
yeah,
That reminds me.
dude. Is it too strange if I follow back a 21-year-old chick who sends me jug pictures? 21 is old enough,
Oh,
right?
what's the rule with your age and cut in half plus 7?
I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it.
That's legal anyway.
This chick's just got hangers, bro. They're
You've
fucking
got, let's
glorious.
see, you're cutting half times 7. You've got that'd be 14.5 plus 7 is
Huh.
21 and a half. So you're getting to clear.
Dude, it is pouring rain, bro.
Really? It doesn't look like it.
I didn't even notice.
That actually reminds me, you just bringing up AJ. I was literally going to, I keep forgetting. It's so stupid and it would take me 2 seconds, but I was literally going to make one of those charts. You know what? In our world famous Vosh AJ crossover episode, I was going to, you know how there's the four of us like this in panels. I was just gonna turn it into like a chart like this, like just draw a line like this and make one of those charts that's you know when they do those charts that are like
The alignment.
no, I was gonna say has never heard of sex, has
Oh,
knows what
I
sex
like
is,
that. I like that.
fucks doesn't fuck. I was literally gonna make one of those for the four of us, which would be really funny.
Does Vosh know what sex is? Where's
Let
she
me
on the
pull up. Let
quadrant?
me literally pull up what that looks like because I'll tell you right now. I can draw the quadrant live on stream.
Ooh. Sorry, someone sent me a big 2D anime babe that looks fresh as hell.
Oh, amazing!
God, I love 2D women, bro.
Forget it. It's too much work anyway. 2D women. I know.
2D
When will they
women.
create AR that we can see them
Dude,
in real
once
life?
they make 3D women, it's over, bro.
That'll never happen.
It is over.
Those can't exist. That's not real. Oh God. This is a little bit of edgy humor, but really not edgy humor. But will there ever be a will they ever add to the LGBTQ plus acronym people that are only attracted to 2D people?
Literally thought you were like,
That's just, are they gonna
they're
try to
probably-
will they
are
ever
they
try to
gonna
label
add,
that?
like people who are
Guys,
attracted to
guys, I'm
kids?
a leftoid. I'm not making fun of like pronouns. I'm just saying, will that ever be a
But
thing?
dude,
Is there ever gonna be a
you,
camp of people that does that?
because Daphne was like that. I could never get off to a 2D person, but I feel like you can after some of the stuff I've sent you. Bro, this Hispanic Spider Woman, be real, dog.
Oh,
Bro, I would be shooting
the gender swap
spider webs. Yeah, bro, come on.
That was so funny too because that artist also got with two D's SHIDDED shitted on before for that art, which was just another.
But it's because it's like,
Like-
dude, there is a certain sector of artists who's like, oh, you want to draw a woman? You need to make them as ugly as possible for feminism, and it's like, I don't know about that, Chief.
And it's
I don't know
also
about
just
that,
like,
Chief.
can we stop? I really like. Can we stop policing other artists? Like,
Literally,
when
like,
is that going to start? Who? Why?
That
when did the
Ariel
art
is one
police-
shade lighter
Yeah,
than
literally.
real color. It's like, bro.
when did the art police start up? It's like if somebody draws something and you don't like that they draw a certain thing, why don't you just shut up and make your own art that you like? You don't have nobody's forcing you to like an artist.
This is what I've started doing, bro.
Shut up.
If you're annoying on Twitter, I'll block you.
Blocked immediately. I'm kind of almost,
If
I'm
I
almost
want-
at that point, man.
If I want to show up at your house and do things that would get us banned from this YouTube, I mute you.
Uh-huh.
That way, it's like
You
I
don't
just
know.
never have
You
to
don't
see
know.
them ever again. They have no idea. I have like 100 people.
I have a lot of
muted.
people
It's so
muted.
good.
I have a lot of people muted on
It's so good.
on Twitter. I actually am sad to report I even have some people that I've muted. Well, no, this is normal. I'm sure a bunch of people do this. I'm actually mutuals with some people that I just mute because they are too
Oh,
annoying,
dude!
or they tweet
Anytime
too
I
much, but I
become
just feel bad.
friends with a trans chick who does porn, I follow a bunch and I love them. They're very nice chicks. I have to mute them.
You have
It
to
has
mute
nothing
them.
to do with not like them. It just has to do with I can't open my phone and see
And always see
dong squirting
Dick and
every time because it's like
I know,
can't,
I
like,
know. It's too
come on.
much.
I love you, baby. I love that chef, but man,
It's funny you do. I am at a point on Twitter where it's like my timeline doesn't even properly feel curated towards me anymore because like I was using Twitter as a networking thing, and there's a lot of people that I network with who I admire but don't actually post content that I find interesting.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my Twitter feed actually is not stuff that I even enjoy interacting with, but it's like, what can I do at this point? But it's a bad look. It's like a faux pas to unfollow somebody. You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep following them. But
I still can't believe that dude unfollowed me and didn't have the courtesy to make me unfollow him. That ugly ass Twitter artist. I'm like, I'm blown.
I think
he thought I wanted to follow him, but to think I wanted to follow him, and I wasn't like pity like. I don't know. It's crazy. I just can't imagine being so ugly and no. I'm sorry. I'm going too hater mode, bro. I'm such a bitter small man, dude. It's so
Don't you
crazy.
cannot let the bitterness consume you. I actually do. I don't actually have any
Dude,
bitterness.
I'm
Like
turning into I'm like Spider-Man looking
no,
at his hand and it's all black.
I think we're both in a good place because of how well Cold Cuts has been going recently. It's fun to air out hater stuff online because there's still a ton of people online that I really don't like, and especially people that I share the same like space, like online space with, you know, other artists or comedians or something. Oh, please, I got plenty of hate to go around, but I don't feel bitter about.
Well, my
I
bitter
don't feel
is more
bitter.
it's more focused on like my dream is like, you and me one day get some or sort of show. Those apps start rolling in and I just get to look at people I've hated my whole life and say, just mark my writer. I will never work on a show with this person, and if they're ever in a room next to me, I will immediately leave. And it's like
Ah,
because
okay.
you're more important to the network, they'll be like, dude, never hire this guy, kill him, kill this guy. You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
like
based.
we can effectively, if we continue on the route we're doing, kneecap so many people's careers, and that's like that's a spicy little meatball right
It is
there, baby.
spicy,
It's a
but I just want to
delicious.
go on the record. That is not why I enjoy doing this.
That's why we started cold cuts,
I'm not trying to
kneecapping.
kneecap
Nah, nah.
people.
Take anything I say, if it isn't clear, anything I say that's out of anger or rage.
I do
I always
not
put a
feel
little
that
comedic
way.
spin on it. It's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except that artist I was talking about at the beginning of the episode. You pray to God I don't find your address. Anyway, what were you saying?
I nothing. I was thinking since we're at the last 3 minutes, why don't I
Oh, why don't you thank the
read off the
patrons? Yeah.
patrons real quick? All right.
And like I said, I just want to say, don't have time to get my drawing pad set up until next episode. So we're verbally thanking the current list, but this ending slide is not quite up to date. But just
I will say technically, you know, we our triple exec is still listed here right now, and I think it's
you got to
just
click active, I think.
no, I'm on active. I
You
think it's
are?
because they may have pledged
Oh, for this month. Okay, yeah, all right,
through
perfect.
the not calendar month, but through like the 30 days since they
Yeah, I see what
signed
you're
up or
saying.
something. So they're still here. I'm gonna list everybody off. All right. Thank you. First of all, love you guys. Everybody who's subscribed, even if you're not an executive, anybody who's subscribed to the Patreon, huge help to us, keeps us going. Like you are the most beautiful people in the world to me. I love you guys. And I also want to say real quick, sorry, 2 minutes left, but we were all talking about, everybody was expressing last night when the Discord was really popping off, how based the community is on the Cold Cuts podcast.
I almost hate saying it
Discord.
because it feels like we're just like hey, like we're trying to trap
No,
people into it, but it's like
everybody was
it's
everybody was
amazing,
expressing the
dude.
same
Yeah,
thing, and some people weren't throwing shade at anybody specifically, but they were saying I'm subscribed to other people's Patreons, and none of the other Discords are this like solid of a community. It's just such a fresh community. So I
yeah.
love all you guys, everybody who's in there, everybody. Anyway, let me list these people off: a giant hairy spider, bugs on my wee wee, big tasty, bread zero, brat brat pew pew, conga heli, Emon, Frank, Gzan, Gwyn, Snake Oiler Man, Wow 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 Boy, Protista, Protagon, Shrek the Third, Snake Oiler Woman, Trash Bins, and Trevor Stilson. Thank you guys. Let's see, Trevor's so funny. He's pledged $51 per month, so he's
Ooh,
just slightly
baby. I
above the
like that.
rest. All right, love
He's
you guys so
prestiging.
much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a fun
uh,
app, and don't forget everything will be, I think, a little more put together and
a
back to
lot
normal once the
better
move is finished. When are
for
you going to be
sure.
officially moved?
It's kind of topsy turvy because also the house that we're moving into is getting tented for termites this
Oh,
weekend.
right, right.
There's a lot still moving on.
Yeah.
I think August we're planning on like an
Okay.
August 1st move in.
Yeah.
So this month I probably still will be at this typical studio. But
I'm hyped.
anyway,
Well, Harris, my dear, as always, I
love you
love talking
guys.
to you, and I can't wait for next episode.
Absolutely, I will see
I
you
say as I
there.
pick my fingernail.
That's freaking based, man.
Oh, it's freaking bass, dude.
It's freaking based. Should we
Yo,
close on a joke just because
yeah.
we're in Cold Cuts Classic?
A large spider walks into a room. You're telling me, wait a minute. My enemy walks into the room. And, but due to a writer, I'm not allowed to tell you what my enemy is or what he represents.
So you're telling me
Hello, Cold Cuts fans. This is your pal Donald Trump. You need to go to the Patreon, okay? It's a great deal. I know one of the boys is Italian or something, I think. But just trust me on this one. It's a great deal. You're gonna have a good time.